Classic, Kansas and Memphis, 4th-ranked Jayhawks, 14th-ranked Tigers. Both teams 7-0. First half, Kansas turning it over. Chris Crawford turning it on. 3 the other end, 12 of his 15 in the first half. We keep it in the first half. Memphis down 4. Antonio Barton, top of the key, calling for the clear out. He says, I got this guy, and he's got that guy. And Bill Self, he's unhappy with that guy, and he's unhappy with his entire defensive effort. Come on! Kansas, more turnover problems. They had 12 turnovers in the first half. They averaged 12 per game. It's Will Barton to Crawford. Still, despite the turnovers, Coach Self's club up 2 at the break. Whatever Coach said at half, bottle it, take it down to the wheel, and have a Wangburger with it. 11-4 run to start the second half. That's Markieff Morris. Memphis missed 16 of its first 23 shots in the second. That's Elijah Johnson to Morris. Take another look. Kansas up 9. And then how about Marcus Morris to Johnson? High percentage shots, 60-48 Kansas. Coach said afterwards he's got a fun team, but a wild one. He needs to harness some of that wildness. Marcus Morris feeds his twin brother Markieff Morris. They combine for 30 and 15. Kansas wins by 13.
Another game from the Jimmy V Classic, a top 10 battle. Tom Izzo, number 8 Michigan State, taking on Jim Boeheim in number 7 Syracuse. Digger Phelps on the key to playing against Syracuse zone.
Against Syracuse zone, I want Draymond Green on the high post because he can score, he can rebound, he can dish, and that's going to be a key when they've got to face that 2-3 zone of Syracuse.
All right, so early first half, Michigan State looking good against the zone. Draymond Green at the high post, catches it, feeds Darrell Summers. Open 3, bang, bang, bang. Summers 4 for 9 on threes. He had 18. Now check out Green again at the high post again. Right in the middle of the zone, and he'll knock it down. Michigan State up early. Jim Boeheim calls timeout, and he lets Scoop Jardine have it. Dick Vitale on what can hurt Michigan State at this point.
Well, you know, Michigan State right now, they better reduce those turnovers. They can't turn the ball over against that 2-3 zone.
I mean, we have sages up in the booth. Keith Appling throws a pass out of bounds. And then Appling, that's an Appling turnover. Still first half, Spartans down 6. Adrian Payne loses the ball. Scoop Jardine scoops it up, puts it in. Syracuse with a 42-24 edge in the paint. This is how good it was for the Orange. Jardine throws up an alley-oop. It's off the mark, but it goes in. And when off the mark is in the bucket, that's when you know things are going good. Syracuse up by 9 at the half, second half. Syracuse up 8. Brandon Trish, no sir, but Rick Jackson. He did a lot of cleaning up. 17 points, 16 boards. Orange up 10. Spartans now down by 5. Summers open for 3. That's no good. Green with a rebound to Derek Nix. And Sparty's ready to party. Michigan State down by 2 after the free throw. Later in the second half, 6-point game. Jardine put him on the line, too. He had 19. Tom Izzo said he's as disappointed as he's been at Michigan State with his team's performance in this game. He says it was gut check time by Musa Keita putting that one down. Derek Coleman loves it. Syracuse wins it by 14.
Georgia Peach. We got Georgia, Georgia Tech. Dustin Ware, man, he was locked and loaded second half. 3 from number 3. 3 from number 3. Now just over 18 seconds left in the game. Score tied. It's 3 from 3 again. Take another look. Gerald Robinson drives. Man running at Ware. Man got no chance. Georgia 73-72. Ware 21 points on 7 threes.
Number 18, Purdue, taking on Valparaiso without the Boilers' third leading scorer, John Hart. He'll be out for a month with a stress fracture in his right foot. Valpo moving the ball around. Matt Kenny gives up the shot, drives and dishes to Brandon Wood. And Wood knocked down the 3. Finished with 20 points. He was the Horizon League scoring champ last year. Put Valpo up 4. Knocks down another one. And Valpo doing some things. But then Etuan Moore held Wood without a bucket in the second half and started hitting himself. 3 ball there. And then Moore. Purdue up 11. They shot 57% in the second half. More double team, so he dishes to DJ Bird for the jump shot. Juwan Johnson chipped in 13 points, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks. Purdue wins 7.
A game between Missouri and Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt visited Missouri for the first time since 1958. A double overtime win by Missouri. John Jenkins, second half. Vandy down 3. He's got the 3. We're tied. Under 5 seconds to go. Game tied. Brad Tinsley for the win. Well, we go to overtime. Will history repeat itself? Well, we have 2 overtimes. Vandy up 2. Marcus Denman puts Missouri up 1, and then under 40 seconds to go. Tigers down 2. Michael Dixon Jr. up under. Game tied. 10 seconds to go. Tinsley. Bad pass. Denman steal. The old-fashioned 3. He had 21. Puts Missouri up 3. Under 6 seconds left. It's Vandy's last chance. Let's go to double overtime. No. Missouri wins its 51st straight home game against a non-conference opponent, 85. This one's going to grab your heart. It's IUPUI against Ohio State. That's Jared Sullinger, the big freshman, and he scores there. And Sullinger, he missed the shoot-around prior to this game. He was at a funeral home for the viewing of his uncle, Harold, who had died. And I'll tell you what, Jared made his uncle proud, man. Finishes with the dunk right there. 12 of 17 from the field. 16 of 23 from the free throw line. He had 13 rebounds. His own putback right there. Buckeyes were starting to pull away in the second half. Sullinger finishes with a Ohio State freshman record of 40 points. Buckeyes win 75-64. Michael Redd had the old record, by the way, of 30 points. And you look at the other fellas on that list, and you got to say congratulations to Jared Sullinger. He drops 40 on the Jags, beating Redd's old mark by 10. And again, Uncle Harold is proud. Stevens Club took on Duke for the national title. Struggling this year. Stock falling. It was April 5th when they lost to Duke. Stock high right then. It ranked 18th in the preseason poll. Then they lost to Louisville, and then they lost to Evansville. And, man, they're heading south. They look like one of my stock picks. Second half, Andrew Smith. Stock that. Old-fashioned 3, we're tied. All right, we got about 4 seconds left in the game. Scores tied. Mark Lyons gets the inbounds, and Ronald Norad wishes he had that to do over again. Free throws made. Xavier with the lead. Shelvin Mack, what do you have? Oh. Butler Stock falls again. Xavier beats him 51.
Pittsburgh against a non-conference foe nearly 6 years ago. That is until number 13, Tennessee, and Scotty Hopson came to town. Hopson in transition on his way to a career day. Ball's up by 6, and Hopson finding his spot. Ball shot 63% from Trey Land. Hopson, this is a high percentage. Ball's up 12 at the break. Hopson with 16 in the first half. Second half, usually it's Pitt known for the defense, but the Vols had some too. Brad Wanamaker, what do you think? Oh, 2 hands are better than 1. Just ask John Fields. Look at that. Spike! Getting some love from the bench. Later in the half, Brian Williams finds the cutting Cameron Tatum. Yes, sir. Vols lead by as many as 21 in this game. Jamie Dixon needs some Dr. Phil time. Pitt have been allowing opponents to shoot 39% from the field, 56% on Saturday. Hobson a big reason. Career high 27. Panthers lose a non-conference game in Pittsburgh for the first time since January 2005.
You know, Mikey, Michigan State was preseason number 2 this year, but they've struggled in the early going, and they've struggled today. Playing in Auburn Hills against Oakland University out of Michigan. That's Kalen Lucas. He had 25. Michigan State up just 5 late. Look, time winding down. Reggie Hamilton shoots quickly, nails the 3. Oakland down just 3. So after an Oakland foul, Lucas, he misses the first. Still a chance. But the second free throw, it would go. Michigan State holds on to win by 1.
5th straight win, balling with Loyola, Illinois. That's Jacob Pullen, All-American point guard. Second half, K-State up by 5. Curtis Kelly to steal. Kelly, the jam. 2 hands to be sure. K-State up by 7 out. Jacob Pullen's mom works at Loyola. This cannot be good for her evaluation. Her son just doing that school wrong. The steal and goes coast to coast for the lay-in. K-State up by 7. And then later in the half, Pullen splits the defense and pull up the J. Mom's going to be put on the pip. Pip is like, and then like the acrobatic lay-in. The All-American moved the 5th with the school scoring list. Pullen made 5 of 17 shots. We showed you 3, but he could also dish. Rodney Magruder hits the 3. Pullen with 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. K-State has now won 5 straight. Gonzaga, number 23, Notre Dame. Gonzaga 4-4 this season. Worst start in 18 years. Let's find out how to beat the zone. You know Bobby Knight's calling this game. We'll get more from him later. Notre Dame beating that zone by doing this. Ben Hansbrough penetrates. Finds Tim Ambromaitis knocking down the tree. Notre Dame up by 3. Gonzaga defenders collapse on the post. Ambromaitis knocks it down. Bobby Knight, how do you do that?
You want to get into the gaps of the zone. We bring him up, slide him out on the baseline. If that bottom man comes up, Gray, now look inside. Right there. Nice cut. Bringing that bottom man, the middle man, out to the corner really opens up some things around the bucket.
Notre Dame gets the win by 4. Abromaitis with 21 points.
All right, down in Louisville, matchup of 2 unbeaten, number 19 UNLV and Rick Pitino's Louisville bunch. First half, Anthony Marshall going the length of the court. UNLV up 5 at the half. The second half, Louisville on fire from beyond the arc. Kyle Couric. He finished with 17, 5 of 8 from deep. Later in the second, Preston Knowles. He led all scorers with 20. Cardinals up 1, then up 3. Knowles again on the wing. The Cardinals, off to their best start since 96-97. They should be ranked come Monday.
To stay in the state of Kentucky, they have not lost at home under John Calipari. Hoosiers trying to stop that run on Saturday. Second half, Indiana trailing by 2. Jeremiah Rivers, the coach's kid, drives baseline, finds Christian Watford. Yes, sir. Watford led the Hoosiers with 19 points. Indiana up by 1, but Kentucky looking to answer. Got a spark from DeAndre Liggins. Calipari said he needed to step up, knocking down the tray. He had a career-high 19 points. Kentucky takes that lead. Now, Hoosiers, they go ice cold down the stretch, and Kentucky's rolling. Look at this. Rivers got 2 hands full of Josh Harrelson's jersey. Doesn't matter because, you know, I'm a man. Double-double, 14 points, 12 rebounds. Kentucky up by 8, and then it's Brandon Knight, quality freshman, 18 points in the game. Wildcats in the game on a 25-5 run. They have now won 21 straight at Rupp.
Number 22, Washington. They have little Isaiah Thomas taking on Texas A&M. Second half, David Lubeau inside and the foul. Lubeau 15 points, 9 rebounds. Time winding down, A&M up by 1. The Huskies full court press. Instead of fouling, Thomas just picks the rock. So they got a chance. Unfortunately, Thomas is small. Lubeau is tall. That's a block game winner. A&M upsets number 22.
Vols hosting Oakland, which is not the Bay Area. In this case, it's from the state of Michigan, and they got a big first half from Keith Benson. Tender stroke from the top of the key. Good for 3. Golden Grizzlies up 2. Benson later hits another 3. Oakland lost by 1 Saturday to Michigan State. Benson scoring 20 of the first half. The rest of his team, 19. Oakland down 50-39 at the break. Second half, the Vols' Cameron Tatum. He had 13. Tennessee up 73-66. Here comes Oakland with a 13-zip run. Liedrich Eccles high off the window. Oakland down 2. Then they take the lead. Benson again. Get it. Got it. Good. Now, 2 minutes left. Tennessee is down 5. Larry Wright swiped by Melvin Goins. Going the length to show strength. He had 18. Tennessee cuts the lead to 81-78. Next possession, Wright turns it over again. Turned it over 7 times on Tuesday night. But redemption comes soon after for Wright. Cold-blooded 3 for Oakland. Here's his coach, Greg Kampe, on the shot.
I told him, Larry, you're not a point guard. I'm playing you out there. Don't worry about it. You're going to get a shot, make it. And that's exactly what I said to him. And afterwards, he looked at me and he went like that. You know, I did make it, coach.
Let it fly. Oakland upsets number 7 Tennessee 89-82. Wright with 19, as I mentioned. Benson with 26 as the Golden Grizzlies just their second win in 28 games all time against ranked opponents. So Oakland U entered Tuesday ranked 101st in the RPI. The team they upset ranked number 1. One of the Oakland alums probably celebrating Tuesday, David Hasselhoff.
Home chicken shack against Drexel. There's Bruiser Flint, coach of the Dragons. Cardinals 21st ranked. Chris Fouch on the wing hits the 3 with under 5 seconds left in the half. Momentum to Drexel. They're up 2 at the half. Louisville just 4 of 16 from 3. Drexel up 1 second half. Sammy Gibbons to Darte Ruffin. Drexel plus 3. Preston Knowles had 13 for Rick Pitino's club. Picks off the pass there. Louisville up 1, but the Dragons control the tempo. They hold Louisville to 36 points below their season average. Take care of Sammy Gibbons there. Drexel wins despite 22 turnovers. Louisville misses 11 of its last 12 shots, and Louisville undefeated no more. Drexel 52.
Ohio State hosting Florida Gulf Coast. Ohio State's John Diebler made the Eagles pay for playing zone. Florida Gulf Coast Anthony Banks gets caught down low. That leaves Diebler wide open for three. Buckeyes open the game on an 18-3 run. A bit later, Banks tries to close out. Rotation too slow. Diebler too good. Buckeyes up 20. Eagles determined not to let freshman Jared Sullinger beat them inside, so Diebler beat them outside. 9 3-pointers on Wednesday, tying a single-game school record originally set in 1988. All of his 14 shots were three. Sullinger held to 11, but Diebler career-high 29 points, and Ohio State remains undefeated. They're 9-0, rolling.
Here's another new rule. Don't schedule a game in Charlotte. Scotty Hopson put up 27. Tennessee became the first non-conference team to beat Pitt in Pittsburgh in 5 years, went home and lost to Oakland. They were in trouble in Charlotte. That long jumper by Javaris Barnett got Charlotte down 3. 35 ticks to go in the game, and this inbounds pass is knocked away, and there's a scramble and a scrum, and what's the call? Jump ball. They would draw a foul. They would hit 2 free throws. It's a 1-point game. It's the same score when, for some reason, nobody wanted to cover Phil Jones. Where's the defense, Tennessee? The lay-in put Charlotte up 1. Bruce Pearl calls a timeout. 3 seconds left in the game. It's a 1-point game, and this is what they come up with. Cameron Tatum from Raleigh. Tennessee was 2 for 17 from beyond the arc. Charlotte, 5 and